guys, I'm pretty sure you're wondering why you've not, seen me for a while. It's because I've been trapped in this fucking place with that fucking doppelfuck over there. Namaste, everybody. Yeah, there's not really very much interesting material here to inspire communist propaganda. Angie, all that leftist stuff is like really bad for your chakras. Shut up, Amethyst. I wasn't fucking talking to you, was I? Listen, guys, I'm really gonna need your help getting out of this place. After 3, I'm gonna ask you to shut your eyes and please just send positive vibes, okay? So 1, 2, 3. Sending positive vibes. Sending positive vibes. Sending positive vibes. Hello, my name's Agent Violet Cooper, and I just received your distress signal here in the White Lodge. I specialize in dealing with these sorts of cases. It looks like your friend Angie has gotten herself into quite a predicament. Let me tell you all about it over a nice hot cup of black coffee. Delicious. It looks like Angie has been trapped in a place called the Black Lodge by a New Age doppelganger. You see, there are 2 worlds that parallel what you out there call reality. The world of the White Lodge, where I am, a place of great enlightenment, and the world of the Black Lodge, a place of great evil. I can tell you for a fact that one guaranteed way to anger the forces of the Black Lodge is to spread messages about anti-capitalism, especially through the guise of spirituality. Whenever something happens involving the Black Lodge, we open a Blue Rose case. Spirituality in its truest form entails concern for the human spirit and all of the intangible factors that give life meaning. Love, beauty, fellowship, community, transpersonal experience, and a deep concern for the soul as opposed to the material. Spirituality is the dimension of human existence that draws our attention to the impermanence of the world around us, in contrast to the nihilism inherent in consumerist materialism. This urges us to anchor ourselves in the eternal nature of love. I learned these principles while studying under the Dalai Lama in Tibet. In my mind, and in the minds of many others, this paradigm is deeply at odds with the capitalist society because spirituality sees humans seek fulfillment in things that cannot be quantified, sold, or bought. Opposing this is materialism, which urges humans to seek fulfillment for our spiritual needs in the consumption of tangible goods and services. Attempts to subvert this dynamic will disrupt the denizens of the abyss and cause them to lash out. Hold the phone. I got this sage stick in my Sephora witch kit, and it does a great job of cleansing my chakras. IMO, nothing feels more spiritual than consumption. Honey, you need more love and light in your life. Recuperation might just be the worst thing to ever escape from the Black Lodge, maybe ever. It is the process by which capitalism digests and regurgitates anything that could be subversive to its goals. Capitalism has successfully recuperated things like subversive art, subversive political movements, and now it is fully intent on colonizing the domain of spirituality through the horrors of lifestyle marketing. Lifestyle marketing is a process of establishing relationships between products offered in a market and targeting them towards groups. It involves cultivating a demographic through their activities, interests, and opinions. The domain of spirituality is not exempt to this process. Just take a look at Instagram under the hashtag spirituality list. Wellness culture, positivity culture, whatever the hell Gwyneth Paltrow is selling. A new market of consumers waiting to have their desires for self-actualizations exploited for profit. It is the ultimate capitalist magic trick. It shifts our spiritual focus away from the intangible joys of the White Lodge to the base consumer impulses of the Black Lodge. This creates a malignant false association between spiritual fulfillment and tangible consumer goods. Is it even possible to reach enlightenment without a Lululemon yoga mat? Well worth the $50 price tag if you ask me. You need to be able to treat yourself like the queen you are. Ever since I started consuming more mindfully, my life pretty much improved overnight. You know, you really ought to try it, Angie. Yeah, well, I'm broke, so I guess no enlightenment for me. Also, why should I take lifestyle advice from you? You're pretty much a demon. Yikes, hun. The term demon is actually super problematic. Fiendish spirit is the preferred term. What Angie doesn't know is that by challenging capitalism through spiritual means, she's opened up a door, one she is neither equipped to cross or close. This is why I quit the FBI, went rogue, and made it my business to stop more evil from escaping from the Black Lodge. Spirituality is one of the last domains that can truly pose a threat to capitalism because of its emphasis on the intangible. If we allow the ephemeral to be overtaken, I fear that we are truly doomed as a species. The force that we call capitalism knows how to inoculate itself, and it presents us with images. These images coalesce into a mirror world, where the representation of things matters more than the actual essence of these things in real life. The place we see in this dark mirror is in fact the Black Lodge. There have been many agents throughout history that have attempted to alert humanity to these phenomena. Men like Special Agent Guy Debord, a philosopher and academic, and Blue Rose veteran investigator.
The first phase of the domination of the economy over social life brought into the definition of all human realization the obvious degradation of being into having. The present phase of the total occupation of social life by the accumulated results of the economy leads to a generalized sliding of having into appearing, from which all having must draw its immediate prestige and its ultimate function. At the same time, all individual reality has become social reality, directly dependent on social power and shaped by it. It is allowed to appear only to the extent that it is not.
Special Agent Debord was lost many years ago. Excuse me for a moment of silence and libation for the fallen. Bringing attention to the mechanisms of capitalism is no easy feat. He tried to warn us about the dangers of the spectacle and the way that having the appearance of something has become more meaningful than actually being. We see this phenomenon in the way that wellness culture has been extracted from both the spiritual and scientific traditions and moved into the realm of consumption and profit. Wellness in the descriptive sense means being well, whereas the spectacle of participating in wellness culture creates the effect of appearing to have wellness, owning and consuming wellness rather than feeling well. This is how the Black Lodge creates the spectacle. It suffocates the internal essence and covers it with the external signifier. To be well when wellness itself is consumed by the spectacle is to show other people that you are well and for others to agree. Outside of the spectacle, in the world of the White Lodge, the place where things are their true essence, being well is not something that you are told. Wellness is not externally validated. It is something you simply are. It is being in its most pure, uncontaminated form. Traditionally, spiritual practices grew around psychological well-being and health. Ascetics employed techniques to find wellness through traditions like yoga, meditation, vows of silence, and even fasting. rejecting the material even as far as not consuming food and conversations. These ascetics are people who renounced everything worldly in search of enlightenment. The traditional spiritual practice of abandoning the limitations of material existence in order to seek higher truths has been perverted into the idea that one can buy their way to higher truths. Wellness is now adopted as a means of a profitable end, rather than an end in and of itself. Corporate culture often incorporates things like mindfulness and healthfulness to focus workers at their job. When perverted in this way, they work hand in hand to channel the alienation felt by workers. When the focus is on their own diet, exercise, yoga, it channels focus away from the systemic faults and into the realm of obsessive self-improvement. Under capitalism, the blame for systemic issues is usually placed at the feet of individuals. It sells the idea that all you need to do is make wellness part of your consumption culture in order to feel better about yourself, your life, your job, your position in the world. This leads people away from truly examining the sources of their unhappiness. Within capitalism, wellness culture is perpetuated as diversion rather than an actual purpose of being. Google, Goldman Sachs, and many other corporate hellscapes have adopted the practice of mandatory mindfulness meditation as a cure-all for the immense psychological pressure, energy demand, and moral injury inherent in corporate jobs. Promises of happiness, well-being, and career success work hand in hand to promote wellness as a form of diversion. This works to further solidify the idea that capitalism and spirituality can work together to reinforce the status quo. This pop spirituality has arisen straight from the depths of the Black Lodge to confuse humanity and shift our focus away from the pursuit of wisdom and transcendence towards the pursuit of material signifiers and power. Oh, you look so sad, Angie. I know. Let's do some yoga stretches. Or better yet, let's pull a card. Here we go. Oh my god. I knew it. You're a total queen of swords, which means you're kind of a bitch, Angie. How do you expect you're ever going to be happy if you keep putting negative vibes out into the universe? Positivity, positivity, positivity. Positivity. See? Perfect! We're finally getting through to the real you. Yay! Please, help me. Principles and techniques from the world's major religions are constantly appropriated by the forces of capital, stripping them of their context and perverting their original intent. Agent Slavoj Žižek, Blue Rose investigator extraordinaire, avowed pervert and amateur philosopher, made this observation about Western Buddhism and its links to the capitalist hegemony. He stated that
mindfulness, as a development of Western Buddhism's awareness movement, is arguably becoming more established as the hegemonic ideology of global capitalism. Its mediative stance is the most effective way for us to participate in the capitalist dynamic while retaining the appearance of mental sanity.
this creates a mandatory sort of toxic optimism that has wormed its way into workplaces around the globe. Self-care is another spiritual concept that has been absorbed into the corporate positivity culture playbook, as employers coerce their employees to engage in self-care activities in order to ensure increased productivity. This effectively colonizes the space for self-directed exploration and healing, creating a soulless conscientiousness. Everything from the world's holy sacred sites to the rituals that expand our consciousness have been absorbed into the neoliberal paradigm and sold cheaply in the pipeline of popular culture. Mandatory optimism and positivity culture within the corporate environment is said to have contributed to the 2007 economic crash, according to studies. This focus on the power of positive thinking caused individuals to take major risks while systemically ignoring clear warning signs about potential dangers. Employees in the financial sector who complained about reckless decisions and bad outcomes were uniformly punished, fired, or prevented from advancing. New disturbing spiritual distortions appeared, like The Secret, a series that touts the recuperated capitalist spirituality as quasi-New Age. It uses positive thinking to encourage people to manifest wealth, health, and well-being in their lives by acting as though they already had those things. Major politicians like George W. Bush and Donald Trump have spoken extensively about the power of quote-unquote good think as a guiding principle to their thoughts and actions. This kind of delusional and toxic optimism can be incredibly corrosive in our society. It further poisons us by selling the idea that we can become successful under the terms of the system by better aligning our thoughts and actions in the way the system wants. It wants to hide the fact that we can find genuine empowerment through self-directed actualization. This is especially vulgar under capitalism, in which your ability to receive the benefits of positive thinking is directly related to the capital that you were endowed with at birth. This all creates the impulse to avoid thinking about structural problems critically. A fiercely individualistic outlook is in high demand in the logic of the market. This logic has worked its way into almost every single area of the human experience under neoliberalism. Spirituality has become yet another domain for the free market to colonize, bringing its brutal logic to settle in this unknown territory. The abyss of modern life, the nihilistic void of meaning that lies at the center of the Black Unholy Lodge. It preys on our vulnerabilities and insecurities in order to trap us in a world of meaningless signifiers, images, and diversions. Are you happy, Angie? What? I mean general life satisfaction. My cards tell me that you're kind of a miserable person. Look at all this negative energy. Who's to say what happiness is anyway? It's pretty ephemeral. Wrong. There are ways for you to improve your life, Angie. You just need to realize that the biggest obstacle between you and your happiness is you, not the struggle against capitalism or any of that crap. Gosh, Angie, stop copping out and learn how to take personal responsibility. I don't know, maybe you're right. You need to get like me. You need to stop being so stingy with your money and start living your #best life so that you can find #inner peace. Join us, Angie. Become one with the spectacle. The spectacle is light. The spectacle is truth. Join us so that you can start living your #best life, so that you can show everyone what #inner peace looks like. It looks like Angie has come to the final test of her resolve. She's going to need our help in order to overcome this challenge. We need to help remind her that spirituality is about being and not having before it's too late. I'm going to need you all to repeat after me while I telepathically try to communicate with Angie in the Black Lodge. After 3. 1, 2, 3. Being, not having. Being, not having. Being, not having. Being, not having. Join the spectacle. Become one with the spectacle. The image is light. The image is truth. Wait a second. The image is not life. This is all just smoke and fucking mirrors. I don't want to just have and be trapped here. I want to be. It's about being. It's about being. It's about being. It's about being. It's about being.
Spend some time away, getting ready for the day you're born again. Spend some time alone, understand that soon you run with better men. Alone again, alone again, alone again, alone again, alone. No use looking out. It's within that brings that lonely feeling. Understand it when you'll be clear. Among the better men, alone again.